Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
My friends and I lose track of the time.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Fuss so much about the forest.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
Hello. I never know what to say when I write.
Off on another adventure, are we?
I have a big forehead. You can be honest.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, Accio, this is like gobstones. Splendid! That's it! Very good! Very good! Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Misha.
Splendid!
Watch this. That is how it's done. Well done. Here we go.
A perfect score! Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Misha. There we go.
That's it!
Watch this. Quite impressive. Here we go. Phew.
Stay focused. Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as... I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick, and then it just materialized before me.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when...
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand.
This may... Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those...
No, not at all. Wizarding... I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient. I must admit, however, that
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
A word, if you...
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise. Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio...
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sensed. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction out. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that...
Revelio.
Hello. How was your first day coming along?
Hello, Samantha. Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day was going. You certainly seemed to...
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't.
Revelio.
Goblins, werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752.
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Lumos.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm
lies.
not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Ooh, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't get Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot, and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus' fault.
Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent. as Master Pruitt. So now, the basics. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be good form.
I know. You're good.
Effective. Thank you. This can't be your first duel.
I do enjoy my duel.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Heckard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling.
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years.
Revelio.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something.
It was certainly good practice.
Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't...
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking in, you just have to be clever enough not to...
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in...
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance... Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. Till next time.
I'd hate to face Professor Heckett in a duel.
relief to finally have an arts restaurant.
Do you happen to have any Valerian?
Revelio.
I really want... Oh dear, I shall get in trouble for this.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library...
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms... Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around. So she said that if I caused her any more trouble, perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking...
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was... Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the... If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to those books. Revelio. Accio. Got it. Only 4 more to go. Revelio. Revelio. Lumos.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
I hope to have an owl of my own one day.
Revelio. That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Revelio. Accio. Lumos. Levioso. Revelio.
Can I help you?
Levioso. Lumos. Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so...
I seem to have a knack for dueling.
Then you've come to the right place.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along. So, care to step into the ring?
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Lumos.
Like a winner.
Lumos. Leviosa. Lumos. There goes my wager.
Expulso!
Leviosa. Leviosa.
Is that all you've got?
Expulso!
Stupefy. Leviosa. Lumos. Come on. Lumos.
You're better than that!
Glad I didn't bet on that round.
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Wands Hope to see you back here again.
Revelio. Leviosa. Lumos. Accio. Revelio. Leviosa. Accio. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio. Leviosa. Revelio.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some...
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spell.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor.
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when... I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Hart. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle door. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Revelio. Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Levioso. Revelio.
Ah, there you are.
Revelio.
I suspect most...
Levioso. Revelio.
I wonder if it's even quieter in the restricted section.
Always wondered what the other house of commons.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that, the mending charm Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience. Such experience is invaluable when mastered.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down from time.
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't too much trouble.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Repair it.
Nicely done. Works like a charm, doesn't it?
Revelio. Lumos.
If only a new student would help me with my sad predicament.
Are you alright?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander, I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to... My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping... Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game.
I haven't much interest in a game that's...
Only if you lose, which I never do. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed or... Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very...
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say. And I can't work... I don't think I know the necessary spells yet.
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your gobstones down from their hiding spots?
Whoever hid my gobstones that high got up there somehow.
Haven't you any friends at school?
Not really. Natty said hello once.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.